Hello, good morning. This is Dr. Deepak Chandra Saroj from Saket Girls PG College. I welcome you to my online classes. So today we are going to discuss about the complex plant tissues. So in my previous lectures, I have discussed about the different other tissues found in plants. So in brief, I will give you a little idea about what we have covered in previous videos. So we have covered about several different types of plant tissues. What are tissues? Tissues are made up of a group of cells and they mostly perform a common type of functions. So these plant tissues has been broadly categorized into three types. One is meristematic cells, meristematic tissues. These are the cells which can divide and give either increase in the length of the plant or in the diameter, that is the girth or thickness of the plant. So second type of tissues are permanent tissues, they do not divide. And within this tissue we have two category further, that is simple permanent tissues, and these are the cells, these are the tissues which are made up of by a single type of cells. And we have primarily three types of simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma. These are the made up of parenchymatous thin walled, प्रायः इनमें thin walled cells होती हैं. These are made up of thin walled cells, parenchymatous cells. Most of the time they have intercellular space between cells. And second type is the collenchyma. Collenchyma has thickening at their corner, so they have uneven thickening and they provide tensile strength to the plant, and they are mostly found at the petiole where the leaf or fruit is attached to the stem or the branch of the plant. So that due to the storm or high wind, the leaves and the fruits do not fall easily. And third type of simple permanent tissue is the sclerenchyma. This is the only type of tissue in the simple permanent tissues. This is the only type of tissue which is dead, like its cells become dead at maturity. In the beginning they are living, but as they mature, they have deposition of lignin on their walls, and lignin is impermeable for water and air, so ultimately these cells die, and these are the cells which provide highest mechanical strength to the plant. And the next type of permanent tissue is the complex plant tissues. In this we have the vascular tissues, especially the xylem and phloem. So today we will be discussing about these tissues in bit detail. The complex plant tissues are heterogeneous, as I discussed in the case of simple permanent tissues. They are made up of one type of cells, but these are made up of different types of cells, and all these different types of cells work together to perform a कॉमन फिजियोलॉजिकल फंक्शन. मतलब ये अलग अलग प्रकार के, कई प्रकार से 4-5 प्रकार के सेल से मिलकर बने होते हैं, और सारे सेल्स का एक कॉमन फंक्शन होता है. अल्टीमेटली दे हैव टू परफॉर्म अ कॉमन फिजियोलॉजिकल function in coordination, means they are performing their function by together, so they coordinate. It is not like one cell is doing something else and another is disturbing to other. No, all are working in a coordination. And in these tissues some cells are dead and some cells are living, and the primary like tissue in the vascular system is the xylem and phloem. They together work and they are present from the root tip to the plant top, shoot top. So they are present from like root से लेकर पूरे तने के top तक इनका विस्तार रहता है, so that they can transport the nutrient and water throughout the plant. And as we saw, the xylem has the sclerenchyma cell as well, and sclerenchyma is the highest sclerenchyma provides the highest strength to the plant among all different types of tissues. So in this way these tissues also support the also provide the structural support to the plant. Let's see the origin and classification of xylem. So we have two types of xylem. One is primary and another is secondary. This classification is depending on their origin, when they are originated. So in the beginning of the plant life, there is a meristematic tissue called the procambium, and this procambium give rise to the primary xylem, and in the primary xylem we have protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem is the first form. This is the xylem which formed first, and they have smaller lumen cells like the xylem vessels. They have vessels. We will see what are vessels in the upcoming slides. So they have smaller space between the cells. So that is the smaller lumen, and metaxylem are found later in the life of plant, and they have wider lumen compared to the protoxylem. And wall of the xylem wall is in most of the metaxylem and protoxylem wall is lignified. Lignin deposition is on the walls, so due to that walls become rigid and thick. And in the secondary xylem, this is produced by the vascular cambium, and vascular cambium is involved in the secondary growth of the plant, and due to activity of this cambium, the plant grow in the thickness or diameter, उसकी मोटाई बढ़ती है. और सो दिस इज जो हम कॉमन लैंग्वेज में जिसे हम वुड कहते हैं कि बहुत अच्छी वुड है, वो एक्चुअली हम सेकेंडरी जाइलम की ही बात करते हैं उसमें. So this is the diagram of the primary xylem, how it looks like in the section. This is a part of section. So you can see the protoxylem. These have the smaller lumen, like the space between the cell in the cell is very small compared to this is the metaxylem, and these cells have wider lumens. You can see this is the big space here. Each space is very smaller compared to this. So this is the metaxylem and this is the protoxylem, how they are arranged, and it is lignified cell. So you can see the cell wall is quite thick, and these are the phloem, and they have thin wall cells compared to the xylem. So if we talk about the staining, so xylem and parenchyma cells are stained by the fast grain. That's why it is having some greenish appearance compared to the xylem. It is stained with the safranin, which is red in color. So that's why it is a little reddish or brownish in color. So let's discuss about what are the elements present in the xylem which actually provide transport the water from the root to the top of the plant. So they have tracheids and basals. So tracheids are mostly, like you can see, these are long cells with tapering ends, pointed ends you can say, and the end is closed, while in the basal are the wider cells, and they have perforation plate at the top, and one after another they are arranged, like you can see the two vessels are arranged, two vessel element is arranged in this diagram. So similarly there is a column of these cells from top to the bottom, from the root to the stem top. So they form a pipeline like structure, and they transport the water from the root to the tip of the plant. And this is the very advanced type of tracheiry element, and it is found in mostly in the angiosperm, and this is found in gymnosperm and also in other plants, but mostly this is found in the basals are found in the angiosperm, the flowering plants. As we have discussed that and also saw in the diagram that the walls of the tracheids and vessels are lignified, and lignifying means they have deposition on their cell wall. Lignin is deposited. So this deposition of lignin is takes place in various fashion, and accordingly we name them. So there is annular, spiral, scalariform, reticulate and pitted fashion. They are lignin is deposited. In the annular they have circle like deposition of lignin, and in the spiral Lignin is deposited in spiral form, and in the spiral form it is like the you can say the ladder. We have rungs of ladder. These are the so lignin is deposited in the ladder form, ladder fashion, and in the reticulate it is like forming a network of the lignin deposition. And similarly, we have pitted in the pit. We have deposition in the form of pit. So so accordingly, so the annular type is, this is the minimal. In the annular or spiral we have minimum lignin. As you can see in these two cases, lignin is less compared to these structures. Now we have seen the pit. Pit is the nothing but pit are thin areas in the cell wall where no secondary thickening occurs, like there is no deposition of lignin. So, and pits can be of two types. Simple pits, they have plain openings in the secondary wall, while there are bordered pits as this we can see here. So there is, these have a border of secondary wall that arches over the pit cavity. So this is the pit cavity, and we have border around it. It is arches over the pit cavity. So in gymnosperm, the center of the pit membrane has thickening called the torus, as you can see here. So torus, this is the pit, and torus is here, which act like a valve to control the water flow. And what is function? It is in between, so it can, like valve we have, so valve is closed, then nothing can go through. If it is open, then water can pass through that. In the, we have xylem parenchyma and transfer cells in the xylem as well. So what are the xylem parenchyma? As we saw that the xylem vessels and tracheids, these are dead cells. At maturity they become dead due to deposition of lignin, but these cells parenchyma are the living cell found in the xylem. So they store food materials such as starch and oils, and they also help in the vertical and radial system of the plant. And we have transfer cells. These you can see here, wavy structure. These are the walls. The walls depressed inside and form a wavy structure so that the surface area increases. So these are the specialized parenchyma cells with inner wall ingrowths that maximize the surface area for intensive solute flux at the node. Node is the place from where branches or leaves arise in the plants. Similarly, let's talk about the phloem. It is the main component in the vascular bundle which translocate the food material in the plant. So in the xylem we have tracheids elements which involve the vessels and tracheids, and that helps in the transport of water. Similarly, here we have sieve elements. So this may be the sieve cells or sieve tube elements. These cells are the special cells which help plant in translocating the photosynthesized food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. So in the gymnosperm we have sieve cells. This is the primitive form, and in the sieve cells we have sieve pore, and in the sieve tube elements we have a sieve plate. You can see this is the sieve plate, sieve tube, and at the top like two sieve tubes is connected with the sieve plate. So cross walls of these two cells have sieve-like structure. Sieve is like chhanni you have in home. So if we put something out in the sieve, it can easily comes another side if size is smaller than the size of the pore of the sieve. Similarly, we have lots of opening. The sieve plate has lots of openings so that material from here can easily translocated to the next cell, and in this way it can go to the various parts of the plant. So sieve cells is the primitive and it is found in the gymnosperm, while sieve tube elements is the advanced feature and it is found in the flowering plants, the angiosperms. As we know, the sieve tubes are living, sieve tubes and sieve cells are living, but they do not have nucleus at the maturity. So they have companion cells in angiosperm and albuminous cells in the gymnosperm. These are the cells which assist to the sieve tube or sieve cells to perform their metabolic function because they lack the nucleus. So in like the companion cells are originated from the derived from the same mother cells from, as seed elements, but in case of albuminous cells these are not derived from the same mother cell. And what they function in the companion cell, they are rich in ATP, mitochondria, so they synthesize lots of ATP and thus they help in the active loading of phloem, and so that it can translocate its food from one place to another. So there is some repair, and like in the plants if there is some wound, अगर इनमें कभी कुछ चोट आ जाती है, घाव लग जाता है, कट हो जाता है, so they have to protect their assimilated food. So there is some mechanism called P protein, that this is the slime like proteinaceous material. So it goes and blocks the seep plate if the phloem is wounded, so that it can plug and prevent the loss of food material present in the sieve. And similarly, there is callose deposition in the seep pores. So this is the made up of beta 1,3 glucan. This is the carbohydrate. So it blocks the seep pore during the dormancy in the winter और हाई स्ट्रेस, जब ज्यादा स्ट्रेस होता है प्लांट को, सो दैट इट कैन प्रिवेंट हाइड्रोलिक फेल्योर ऑफ द फ्लोइंग सिस्टम. So thank you so much for your attention. So today we discussed about the complex plant tissues, and complex plant tissues are nothing but the xylem and phloem. Xylem is responsible for the water transport from the root to the top of the plant, and phloem is responsible for the translocation of the food from the leaves, because leaves are the one who is going to do photosynthesis and synthesize the food materials. So from the leaves, synthesized food material will be translocated into various parts of the plant through the phloem. So please make your notes with the help of this video and your books, and we will meet you again with new topic.